What is up, lovely, positive people? Welcome to the Good News Podcast. My name is William Brown. Welcome. If this is your first show, this is where I just give you a slice of positivity into your life. Positive news stories from around the globe that you might be interested in to help you along with your day. Alright, let's kick off this thing then, shall we? So today, as ever, I've got 3 good news stories for you to hear. And let's kick it off. The first one is for any techies out there. I'm not going to spend too long on this one, but this is some really good news in the tech world. Now, we all like to take a video here and there, don't we? Whether that be on Instagram, whether that be on Snapchat, whether some of us are YouTubers. Everyone likes to document nowadays. We send each other little videos. It's kind of the way forward. Now, vlogging just got a whole lot easier and making better quality videos. Not just with the new cameras that are coming out all the time with our smartphones and things, but equipment like, has anyone seen these gimbals that are coming out? If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen I got one recently. I was waiting for one to come out called the Flow Motion, but they said it was going to launch in like 4 months and then the delivery was going to be another month, and I just wanted to get one and have a play around now and practice. And basically what it is, you put your smartphone in and it gives you the clearest videos without any shake, without any wobble. It keeps it completely 100% stable and level, and it just makes your videos look 5 times better, in my opinion. Now, I just bought a cheaper one. I think it was from China. It's called the Xi'an Smooth Q. Now, this one was about £80, and I was kind of umming and ahhing, is it going to be worth it? Is it going to work? And I got it, and I was so impressed. I took it down to the beach near me and just did a little 5 to 10 minute shoot just on my phone, and then I just edited it on iMovie on my phone, and I was so surprised with the shots I got. If you go on my Instagram, you can see it. It's just some shots of the beach, and I went in the sea, and I was so impressed, and I'm going to use it for future vlogs and things. So whatever you want to do, whether that be if you're a personal trainer, in the gym and you're making videos with your clients, or whether you're just generally vlogging, or you want to get some cool holiday snaps, whatever, I highly recommend that you try one of these gimbals. It just makes your videos that much better. So, like I said, check out the one. I'm no, what are they called? Filmographer? I'm no tech geek, but this just, it changed the game for me, and I was so impressed, and I've been going to events and kind of filming different stuff on it, and it's really opened my eyes to how easy it is. If you think just a couple years ago, you'd see that people had to have like these chest mounted ones or like a hip attachment one to keep it level, and now it's just done. It just looks like a little selfie stick, and it just takes all the work out of it. So in my opinion, that is some good news.
Good news, everyone!
Thanks, Professor. So on to story number 2 is, some of you might have seen this, but Wetherspoons. Now, this is a very large UK-based pub. It's one of actually the largest. They announced that they are going to go against giving out plastic straws, and they just want to massively reduce their impact on our environment. Now, in the UK, a few years back, we introduced the 5p tax on plastic bags, or all supermarkets did, and that had a huge impact on the amount of bags people use. It spurred people to take in and reuse their bags, and now it's all little steps. And this is good news, because our oceans, in case you aren't aware, are being choked by the amount of plastic. It doesn't biodegrade. Animals mainly are eating all this plastic, whether that be through straws, whether that be through plastic bags, whether that be through bottles. And if you think for thousands, if not millions of years, animals have been in our oceans, big whales, dolphins, sharks, seabirds, whatever, and they comb the oceans and they just eat, don't they? And they take in all this plastic nowadays. They've never had to worry about it before until this generation right now of humans that are polluting the ocean. And scientists are finding so many whales and dolphins and birds, acting very strangely, and they're dying very slow, painful deaths. And then they cut them open and they discover that these poor animals are filled with plastic. Now, it's horrible. It's really, really horrible. If you think these are big, intelligent animals and they're suffering so much through something that not many of us are aware of. So it's good that we are supporting these things. I did a post about it on the Climate Awareness Network about Witherspoon's drops plastic for this reason. It's good that companies like this have got their eyes open. They can see the damage we're doing. And if we can support companies like this, if we can give them shout outs and say, look, that's a really top thing you're doing, then other companies will see that and make a change. And I've noticed going into other restaurants and things that people are changing. They're not giving out straws willy-nilly anymore. A lot of places, if you really do want a straw, they have metal ones, that they just wash up and reuse. And that's definitely a step in the right direction. But things like straws, it's so ridiculous. How gluttonous are human beings that we can't get the liquid in our cup to our mouths without just sipping. We need a device, a straw, that's non-biodegradable, that goes in our oceans and kills everything. We need that little 3 inches, 6 inches of plastic that gets the liquid to our mouths. No, we don't need it. It's completely unnecessary. So this is a great step. I'm happy with this, and we need to keep supporting it and letting people know. If you know friends that don't care. I mean, I remember going out with friends and they used to grab big handfuls of straws and chuck them on the table, and if they didn't get used, who cares? They just get thrown away. But they make their way into our landfills and into our oceans, and it's not good. So let's support this. Let's support companies that are doing this. Let's help spread the message and just let our friends know, look, this is really bad what we're doing. We can't do it with blame. We can't say, what are you doing? We have to do it with open arms. We have to educate and we have to make people aware before it's too late, before we choke our oceans too much. So, in my opinion, that's some good news. The third piece of good news is, many of you have probably noticed, but there's a whole plant-based revolution happening right now. And to be honest, it needs to happen in regards to our environment, in regards to our health, in regards to animal suffering. Now, 45% of climate change is due to animal agriculture. Now, many people are thinking, how is that possible? But if you think that we are cutting down forests at the rate of a football field a second, just think about that for a second. A football field a second to make way for cattle to graze. That's according to Greenpeace, if you want to go and look up their facts and statistics online. So not only are we cutting down these rainforests that provide us with all the clean air that we need, they take in carbon dioxide and give us clean air that we breathe, we're cutting them down. Not only that, but where we've cut down these forests, we are putting up this process of raising cattle that produces so much methane and carbon dioxide that it contributes to the warming of our planet so much. It's so destructive to our environment and it's not good. And the rate we're doing it is so unsustainable. So just for that reason alone, it's enough. But then from these huge farms that are raising cattle, the runoffs, the waste that come from them, that leak out and go down our streams, into our rivers and into our oceans, they just decimate the wildlife. Anything it touches along the way, it kills. And it goes into our oceans and creates huge ocean dead zones, killing algae and plankton and all these things that also take in carbon and give us clean oxygen we need. It's killing all of these things that we need. And so many people around the world aren't aware of this huge destruction. So, yeah, our forests and our seas, they are the biggest producers of oxygen that we need, and we are literally destroying these things that give us the air we need to breathe. Not only that, but 75% of antibiotic resistance is a result of animal agriculture. At least 50% of diabetes, obesity, and most cancers are a result of animal agriculture. Many of you might have seen, some of you might have not, that the World Health Organization put red and processed meat in the same category as smoking as a class 1 carcinogen, i.e. cancer-causing. Now, this is no longer just pseudoscience, as some people like to call it. This is the top scientists from countries all around the world, all agreeing at the World Health Organization that this is happening. This is the truth. It's science. We can't argue with it. And the truth is, when we buy meat and dairy, we are supporting and funding more of this madness, more of this destruction to our environment, more of this destruction to our health. So it looks like from every angle we need to move away from animal products as fast as possible. It's only logical. So the good news is, seeing as this is a good news show, the good news
everyone.
is that we are moving away. We are moving more plant-based faster than ever. We have more vegan and vegetarian options coming out on the market every single day. Now, if you are thinking about doing it, or you know some friends that have done it, it's never been easier. Maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, it would have been a lot harder. But nowadays, it's never been easier. There's so many different plant milks coming out all of the time that are so much better for you, and in my opinion taste so much better than cow's milk. We've got things like rice milk, which I've had so many people message me after. Here in England we have one called Dreams rice milk, and it mixes so well with tea and coffee, and it tastes, I think, better than normal milk, as well as being better for you. Not only that, but every supplement company is moving away. They're seeing that there's so much of a demand more for protein supplements that don't contain whey, and with that demand, people are seeing, that they want more plant-based stuff. So that change is happening in that industry. Also, every restaurant is now making vegan menus. Every airline is now starting to bring out vegan airplane food. Tesco's just announced yesterday the demand for vegan Christmas dinners has been huge, far bigger than they ever expected, and has forced them to double their orders. Now, also, all celebrity chefs are seeing the huge trends and realising that delicious, easy vegan recipes are what people are striving for. I think Jamie Oliver in England seems to be the leader of that kind of celebrity chef revolution and is realising more than ever. And he's released so many good ones. You can check it out on Jamie Oliver's website. He's got loads of different recipes there. I think he's doing a separate cookbook as well. And on-the-go food that new vegans would kind of struggle to find before, there's so many ones coming out. I mean, I saw in Waitrose the other day, there's this vegan bean wrap that's come out that's delicious. There's ones in Sainsbury's as well. All these vegan sandwiches that are coming out because the demand is there. Again, if we buy these things, we're voting for more change in this way. So it's great. In London last week, I went to 2 different farmers markets. They're vegan farmers markets, all producing vegan burgers and vegan hot dogs, and they're popping up all over the place, not in just London, but all over the country and all over the world, which is great to see. All ice cream companies are now making vegan options. Ben and Jerry's and all the biggest ones are coming out with vegan options, which is so great. Billionaires like Bill Gates and Richard Branson are investing massively in plant-based companies. Now, these guys are visionaries in world trends, I think you'll agree, and they're seeing how big this is going to be globally, and they're investing. Also, people like Leonardo DiCaprio massively invested in a company called Beyond Meat, which is a meat substitute set to take the world by storm. And there's a lot of exciting positives here, that the change is happening. Now, whether you are against vegans or you thought in the past they were an annoying stereotype, believe me, I did as well. But it's the logical option for a safer, more sustainable future, for a happier future, not just for us, but for the generation coming up below. We need to make this switch, and we are. So I just suggest to you guys, whenever you can support buying these products, whether that be a meat substitute, whether that be getting a vegan Jamie Oliver recipe, or just buying more plants and more healthy trying more different vegetables and more different beans. There's so much out there, delicious things to try that's so much better for us. So the more we can support this, the better. So that is my 3 good news stories for today. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you enjoy. Please let me know. Send me a message either in the comments on here, on iTunes or YouTube or Facebook, or I'm mainly on Instagram. That's sort of my main platform at the moment. So let me know what you think. I hope you agreed, and it's always nice to do these shows. So I hope to hear you again soon. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Oh, yeah.